Hello, this is Happy Vanna Pokemon Podcast with your hosts Dan and Nick. We talk about everything Pokemon.
Oh yeah, and today we're going to be going over some of the base
Whoa,
set.
whoa, whoa, whoa. What about that intro music? That
Oh
was pretty
yeah,
awesome, wasn't it?
yeah,
You almost forgot about the intro
yeah, I
music. That was
know.
really good. So, our intro music was done by Buddy, and we want to just give him a little shout out and a thanks. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, thanks, Ausin. You did really awesome with the intro music.
Yeah, that was some great music. So, from now on, we'll be having that as our intro music coming into our podcast. And here we are.
And
Now,
did you see the new thumbnail too?
ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good too. We do like the new art, so we do got that coming up. But let's go ahead and get started with what you wanted to talk about. Go ahead. You start out with what you were saying.
alrighty. So today we're going to be going over some of the base set. Well, all of the base set stuff that we have. We will always be going over our pack as last time, and we did play a few rounds of the Fire Fang deck.
Right. So we'll review that. We'll review the Fire Fang deck. We will open our pack, and like Nick said, we'll go through base set. So we know there's a lot of base set listeners out there, hopefully. So hopefully this will be a little bit of insight on what we got for base set. But first of all, we're going to talk a little bit about that Fire Fang deck. We played a little bit during the week, me and Nick, and to tell you the truth, it was a tough deck to play against. It didn't really play well.
It was a tough deck to play, not play against.
Yeah, play. Yeah, just because it's pretty weak. It's not a very strong deck. It's an older deck, and it's hard to get cards that are comparable to it to get it an equal.
Yeah.
An equal.
So it's fair.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of fairness in that. So that's kind of what we thought. Well constructed deck probably for when it came out, but for now, it's just kind of fair.
Yeah, it's difficult to gauge.
Right. So definitely difficult to gauge. And definitely not a deck that you can play in standard rotation or in any kind of real competition.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we are planning on moving on to our
pack.
Woohoo! Our pack.
Yeah, and the winner of our last code was my buddy Adrian. Nobody got it right. It was electricity, but he did comment first, so he does get the code.
And that's what we did say. The first comment is going to get the code. Unless someone comments correctly, then the correct comment will get a code. Now, if you want to comment a second time after like a day or so to give people a little heads up, or if you want to comment the day before that we're going to post the podcast, if you want to. Well, you have up to Tuesday to really post a comment on what type of energy it is. So anytime before then you can definitely. Then we can definitely give you the credit, and you can post more than once after you let a couple other people post, and then the second chance at it.
Yes, I'll try to add our cutoff into the description of the video.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So, with that being said, lightning was our card from last week.
Or electricity, whatever you want to call it. Lightning or electricity.
Yeah, I guess let's call it what it is. And Adrian was our winner. So, good job, Adrian.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So now here's our pack.
I'm guessing water.
Ooh, water. I'm going fighting today.
Fighting.
Drum roll, please.
Nice drum roll.
Oh, thanks.
I'm a fan.
All right, let's see what it is.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah,
okay.
You better believe it is.
It sure is. So there's the energy, and then...
I didn't know this card was in the set.
Oh, I didn't either.
So first we have a Palpitoad. 90 HP, water type, stage 1. First attack, Twirling Sign. 30 damage for 2 colorless energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Its weakness is electricity, and its retreat is 2.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in the set. I guess I didn't really realize that.
I didn't know that either.
So,
Next we have the Scoop Up Net. It is an item. Put one of your Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon V or Pokemon GX into your hand. Discard all attached cards. This card is seeing some play, I believe.
Seeing quite a bit of play. It's being played in the unknown deck right now.
Yeah. Didn't know this was a card either in this set.
I didn't either.
We also have Chatot, 70 HP, colorless, basic Pokemon. Its ability is Lucky Match. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand.
Oh, that's pretty good.
The flip.
I mean, it's a flip, but...
Then we have Glide for 2 colorless energies. It does 30 damage. Weak is electricity. Resistance is fighting. Retreat is 1. Next we have the Galarian Farfetch'd, 80 HP, fighting. First attack, Rock Smash, 10 damage, 1 fighting energy. Flip coin, if heads, this does 30 more damage. For 2 colorless energy, it has Pierce, 30 damage. Weakness is electricity. Its retreat is 1. Next we have the Honedge, 60 HP, fighting type for 1 steel. Not fighting, steel.
You're getting a little out there.
I'm just not thinking about it, I guess. I don't know. For 1 steel energy and 1 colorless energy, Slicing Blade, 30 damage. Its weakness is fire, resistance is grass, retreat is 1.
Alright.
Next we have the Temple, 60 HP, water type. First attack is Spiral Attack for 1 colorless energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Weakness is electric, retreat is 1. We should have known the Palpitoad was in the set because I remember seeing him from our Build and Battle Box episode.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Go if you haven't seen the Build and Battle Box episode, go watch it. It's a good one. Next we have a Volibee, 60 HP, Darkness type. I wanted to say fighting again for some reason. For 1 colorless energy, it has Pluck, 10 damage. Before doing damage, discard all Pokemon tool cards from your active Pokemon. Weakness is electric, and resistance is fighting. Its retreat is 1. Next we have a card that we've seen quite recently. It's the Galarian Corsola. 80.
We can skip along to that.
Alrighty.
I don't see why not.
Another card we've seen quite recently is the Metacham.
Well, we can skip on him too. We know
he's
he's
a reverse
fighting.
hollow this time. And now, our last card is the Cramorant, 110 HP, water. First attack, basic Pokemon. First attack, dive, 20 damage. Flip coin if heads during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon. Second attack, 3 colorless, Hydro Pump, 50 damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Weakness is electric, resistance is fighting, retreat is 1 colorless.
Alright.
That was our pack.
That's our pack.
Nothing super amazing. The Scoop Up Net was probably our best card.
Probably the best card. So, alright. So now we're going to get into the base set. And we're going to, basically what we're going to do is we're just going to run through them and talk about them a little bit. And then go over a little bit of some of the ones that are a little better, more valuable to a collector. I am missing, for my base set, I'm missing 11 cards. Is that what we came up with?
12, I believe.
Okay, so 11 or 12, somewhere in there. Nick's saying 12, so that's what I'm looking for base set.
Well, you probably just don't want to think that you're missing as much as you are.
That's true. I probably don't. So I'm going to start off on the first page, and then we'll go from there, because
we'll alternate pages.
We'll alternate pages, because there's quite a few of them. And we're going to try to go through them a little quicker, just because...
There's over 100 cards
Over 100 cards is what we decided. So, and then Nick's going to kind of jump in and say what's what, and kind of give you a little bit more idea on what's going on. So, here we go. The first one is, and he's number 1 in the set, which is Bulbasaur. And everybody knows Bulbasaur's number 1 Pokemon.
Classic
Pokemon. He's number 1. And then after him is Ivysaur. And then the next evolution is Venusaur. So it goes right in that order.
Well, now Venusaur, he's one of the pricier ones that you have. Before we started this, I went over through all of the cards here, and I took out my TCG Player app and I scanned them all in. And the Venusaur, according to the app. I don't know how accurate it is. It's a $45 card, $45.50.
Okay.
So if you're collecting and you want the more expensive cards, the Venusaur tends, I believe it's a base set Venusaur. It is not a first edition, not shadowless either.
And this Venusaur itself, it's a little damaged. It has a couple scratches on it, so it's not in the best condition. It doesn't have any creases or anything in the card itself, but like I said, it does have some heavily played scratches on the actual card. I do also have two other. What is that? Second edition?
That's second base one, I believe.
Second base one is what Nick's calling. I got two of those for the Venusaur.
Yeah, we'll call it second base one. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. I don't know.
Okay. So then the next ones after that would be Charmander. Everybody knows that he evolves into Charmeleon, and then Charmeleon evolves into Charizard, which I have the full line of that. I only have one Charizard, and he is an original Charizard. He's not a first edition. He's not a shadowless. He's just a regular Charizard.
He's a base set Charizard, though. He's not. I won't consider him a regular Charizard.
Yeah, he is base set. You know.
Charizards, they're known to be more pricey because they're one of the more popular, overrated cards that all the kids like. Because he's a dragon, I guess. I mean, that's understandable.
It's a cool looking picture. I don't know.
So he is $47.
Okay, and my Charizard does have a little crease in the back of it, down the back. Front. It's not looking too bad in the front. I don't really see any scratches. I mean, you gotta figure the edges are a little worn just because it's seen play, but.
And the card itself is old. It's not like they're making these left and right anymore.
Yeah, and it's it is what it is. So it's not in terrible condition, but it's not in the best condition. So then my next line is Squirtle, Wardle, and Blastoise. So Squirtle starts, Wardle evolves from Squirtle, and then Blastoise evolves is the final evolution, and he is a base set Pokemon, and he is also an original, not a shadowless, but overall he has a little crease in him right here on the side, and he has a couple creases in him.
Now, are we sure on the pronunciation of Wordle? Because there's an O in there. I never knew them.
Wartortle?
Wartortle?
Wardle?
Wartle?
I don't know.
Wartoli?
Wartortle?
Wartortle?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
We'll call him Wardle.
Wardle.
And the Blastoise. He's probably the most expensive card on this list, if I'm not mistaken. I looked him up. He's a whopping $74.
Wow.
74 big ones.
Now, probably not this one I have here,
No.
just because he's a bit beat up.
That's Blastoise getting the respect he deserves.
He has some creases in him. Yeah, some creases on the top, some creases on the side. No real damage on the front, but like we were saying, he's been around for a long time. So, for the condition he's in, I think he's pretty good condition.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go to page 2, and Nick's going to continue on from there.
Alright, so first we have Caterpie. Then we have the Metapod. And evolving from that, we have Butterfree.
And all those look like they are the original set. Original base set.
Yeah.
Butterfree comes from the jungle set, so...
Everybody knows about Caterpie. That was like Ash's second Pokemon,
I
would say.
Right, so... Cool.
Maybe it was Taurus. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah, and next, to continue our line of bugs, we have the Weedle, Kakuna, and the Beedrill.
Cool, I like the Beedrill. He's a cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah, he's a big killer bee looking guy.
Yeah, with drills on his arms.
Yeah. And, then we have our annual per generation bird Pokemon is the Pidgey, the Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot.
Now, that's the thing you have on your list. You have Pidgeotto as being a little more pricier.
Yep.
Not the Pidgeot, which would be the final evolution. You have the Pidgeotto as a $3 card.
Yeah.
Now the Pidgeot, then
No, the Pidgeot was only, I think, $1, I want to say.
Okay.
He really wasn't. I was a little surprised, too, that the Pidgeotto was going for more than the Pidgeot.
Well, I guess the Pidgeotto does come out in the jungle, so... And these
No,
two are
the
base...
Pidgeot comes out in the jungle.
I'm sorry, the Pidgeot comes out in the jungle, and not the Pidgey... In the Pidgeotto is still in the original, the first base set, and not in jungle. So, and that's kind of where we're at. Some of these are jungle. You have base set, jungle, and
Fossil.
fossil. Those are the cards basically that we're going over.
Yup. And some of the base set too, because it's the same cards, just reprinted and less valuable apparently, because that's how Pokemon want to do things.
Right? They just want to print more money. So
Yeah.
that's what they like to do.
They make bank on their card game and virtual games, so.
Right? So now I'm going to continue on with the next page. Rattata. And then...
Or Rattata.
A Rattata. And then Raticate. So it's the... Eradicate is obviously the evolution of Rattata, so...
Those who play Pokemon Go are very familiar with this Pokemon, at least in our area.
And here's something really unique about Raticate. For his second attack, Super Fang, he doesn't have any damage next to it. It just has a question mark.
Yeah,
which you don't see that anymore. You don't see a question mark on the thing. And basically what it says, and I'm just going to read this because I don't have a plan to read over all the attacks for all the Pokemon. It says Super Fang does damage to the defending Pokemon equal to half the defending Pokemon's remaining HP. Round up to the nearest 10. Very interesting. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know why they'd have to include round up to the nearest 10.
Right? I don't know why they need a question mark. They could have just put it in there because...
Oh, I like the question mark because it's like, what does the attack do? What is the damage? You'll never know.
You'll never know. Okay. Well,
it's always changing.
Alright, well, I'm just going to move along with this, the rest of my page here. The next one is Spearow, and he evolves into Fearow. Now, Spearow and Fearow are both part of the jungle packs, so that's those two. Then
I'm not sure. Are there trainers in base set?
There are trainers in base set.
We're not going over the trainers.
We're not going over the trainers. We're just going over the Pokemon that are in the base set. The next Pokemon we have is Atkins, and then it evolves into Arbok.
Atkins is snake backwards for all those who didn't know.
Right? And Arbok is Cobra backwards for all those that didn't know, except with a K instead of with the C.
Like Charizard is Char Lizard without the L.
Char Lizard. And I always thought Arbok was a cool looking card. It looks like a snake with a happy face on it.
A psychotic happy face.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Similar. It reminds me of Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Legend of Zelda reference there.
And those two are from Fossil. The Atkins and the Arbok are from Fossil. So, moving along, we got our good old buddy Pikachu, and he evolves, as everybody knows, into Raichu.
Everyone's favorite.
Have both of those.
Now, Raichu might be a little bit more pricey, but I couldn't find him, but I think he would be. He's Raichu, you know, and he's a good card.
He has to be. You know what? Let's just do
an internet search.
A little quick search on TCG Player and see what they say.
Yeah, TCG Player, if we get big enough, sponsor us.
Right? Raichu
base set. Because it's not a jungle or base set.
What number is he?
I don't think you need to put in the number if you put in base set.
Number 18? Or is he number 14?
I don't know. 14.
Number 14. Lucky number 14.
Yeah, right after 13.
And any second he's going to come up.
Oh, yeah.
So.
He's a pretty cool, well, that's not it.
That is definitely not it. That is a fossil Raichu that came up.
They've duped us.
They duped us on that one.
Who do they think they are? And we wanted them to sponsor us.
Okay, so... so anyways, So the fossil one is saying that it's running $5. So
the base set would obviously have to be more.
right. So the base set would probably be more than $5. Don't really know exactly because it is apparently harder to find than any other Pokemon out there.
Okay, well, if
there's a million different Raichus, I guess.
If you're putting him on a pricing list, just price him as greater than $5.
Yeah, there you go. Raichu is greater than $5. So.
Well, don't turn the page just yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more on this list. The last and final one on this page is the Sandshrew.
Well, I wonder what's coming next.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious which one's next. So, but I'm gonna leave that to Nick on his page.
Yes. Well, you can flip it now.
There we go. Been flipped.
Alrighty. So obviously, for those who didn't know what came next, it was the Sandslash. And
for those who didn't know, the Sandslash.
And if you didn't know, oh my goodness, the Raichu is $21. So we were correct on the greater than $5. But if you went into a store wanting to buy one with $5.01, you would have been misled.
The ones they're saying that are about $5 are heavily played or damaged.
So,
and then let's take a look at ours since we kind of pulled it out. And so let's see what kind of condition it is since it's a $20 card.
Raichu also getting the respect it deserves, same as Blastoise.
Raichu, he has a little bit of crease in the corner.
He's played.
He's definitely played. Can you see
Lightly
that?
Played, I'd say.
You see the corner, how it's creased?
I do see the corner, but it has all that all around the edges, kind of.
No, not
like
this.
The corner.
This
no.
one has a real. It's kind of a little beat up, it looks like, but the front doesn't look like it has any kind of real scratches or damage to it. So, I would say it looks pretty good. I would say played, maybe not heavily played, but
it's played.
Definitely not gonna
nonetheless
be the one to judge that.
Alrighty, so we had our Sandslash. He's nothing special. He's a Sandslash. For all of you those who didn't know. And then we have the Nidoran female, followed by the Nidorina and the Nidoqueen. They're all from jungle.
All from jungle.
Next we have.
Oh, the Sandslash is from
Fossil. Yeah,
so.
I'm sorry. I'm doing a poor job. Next we have the Nidoran male, and he has the little medallion as a symbol. What is that? I forget.
That's Legend.
Yeah, Legend series.
Yeah. So now I'm missing that one too. So.
You don't have it in there?
I don't think so.
You might have like copies. You might just have the Legend series in the front to, show off to all the other Nidoran males. No, you don't.
No, I don't.
How did we miss that?
I don't know.
It's probably 13 now.
I do. I do have the second edition.
Second base set numero dos.
Yes.
That's 2 in Spanish for all of you who didn't know. Next we have the Nidorino. 60, I don't know why I'm going to go over him. He's not worth going over. It's 60 HP, because I already started saying it. I'm not going to leave you in suspense. And then we have the Nidoking, and he is a Shadowless. We do have the Shadowless.
Yes, he is a Shadowless.
He's the belle of the ball.
Yes.
And he's a pricey one. He's a $50 one.
There we go.
So he is also greater than $5.
Yeah, and he evolves from Nidorino, so.
Oh yeah, and Nidorino evolves from Nidoran male.
Yeah, so that's what we.
Not sure if I mentioned that.
Yeah, just the evolution chain there. So.
So now this next one, I found it very interesting, because our next one we have in the binder is Clefairy, right? And he's base set 2, but he was still $4.
From base set 2?
Yeah.
Wow. What is he in regular base set?
I don't know.
Okay, we didn't look at it. Okay.
I'm scanning them in. It's a lot of cards to scan in.
No, I got you.
And then
And he evolves, of course.
Yeah, into the magical, mystical Clefable.
Right.
Clefable is a jungle. And both these Pokemon, I gotta say, they have a lot of writing on them.
Yes.
I'm not going to read all the writing, but
Lot
they
of
have
text.
a lot of writing.
Yeah, a lot of text. I think they kind of have the same
No,
attack.
well, no, it's metronome and minimize. I don't think that'd be the same. Oh wait, no, yeah, they do.
No, it's metronome.
That's
But one is three takes 3, and the other one takes 1. So
yeah.
but it looks like it's the same attack. So
It's what they call a bargain in the Pokemon world.
yeah, definitely a bargain. And Clefable is from Jungle also. So
Yeah.
just
Did
in
I
case.
say that already?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was planning on saying it.
All right. Well, I jumped the gun on that one.
I guess so.
I jumped the gun. So we're gonna move along to the next page, and we got the Mighty Vulpix, Fire Pokemon, followed by the evolution, the Ninetales.
The Fire Ninetales.
Fire Ninetales. Yes.
No, Ninetales. He's worth noting because $11 for a piece of cardboard isn't bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
I don't know how much he sells back for, but if you're buying him, $11.
So I have I have 2 of the base set, and I have 1 of the
Base set 2.
Base set 2. So in my first one,
he's rough around the edges.
a little rough around the edges, yeah, but
not too bad.
No creases, which is good. And then the front
looks nice.
Looks really nice. Little printed up with fingerprints and stuff. And then our second
well, you
one.
Could wipe away the fingerprints.
Not really, not too much.
If you tried hard enough.
Oh yeah, he wiped the whole card away. The second one. I think the second one actually looks better around the edges on the back.
Why wasn't the second one the first one?
I don't know. And then
that may have been my fault when I was looking at them.
Then the front looks good too. I'm pretty happy about that. And then the other one looks good also.
But it's a knockoff.
Knockoff. Okay.
Like the Aldi brand of Ninetales.
There you go.
Base set. The Aldi brand of base set.
There you go. And if Aldi's wants to sponsor us, we will mention their name too.
Yeah. Aldi's products aren't all horrible.
No. They carry Pop-Tarts sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, right?
Pop-Tarts sponsor us too.
Pop-Tarts. So, our next Pokemon is Jigglypuff. He's from Jungle, and he evolves into Wigglytuff.
Now, Wigglytuff. I guess that card's a high demand, because $12 for him.
$12? Well, let's pull him out, see what he looks like for a $12 card.
That is a first edition Wigglytuff, though. Wait, no, that's a Jungle, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's Jungle.
No, the first edition looks similar to the Jungle symbol, because it has all the Jungle symbol is the flower, and then the first edition has all the little splashes.
The first edition is on the other side.
Oh, well.
The first edition will be on the opposite side of the Jungle.
Well, I wasn't alive when these came out, so.
That's what I'm telling you.
I know, so I don't have the advantage of knowing is the point.
Okay. So, looking at the card.
Oh, it looks nice.
The back of it looks pretty good. You look at the front, it's a little scratched up in the holographics.
Yeah,
a little scratched on the edges.
You're going to use TCG Player to look this up. Just manually search it, because I was trying to scan it in, and since it's a colorless, the hollow of the background makes it so easy to get like a glare rather than like a darker color. So I wasted just so much time trying to scan it in, and the glare just kept getting in the way. And then I was like, why am I doing this?
I see.
Yeah, it was a real hassle.
Okay. Well.
It looks like a Jigglypuff that turned into a bunny.
Yeah.
Wigglytuff.
Yeah, Wigglytuff. Yeah, right. So then we're going to move on to the Zubat, which is fossil, and that's followed up by the Golbat, which is also fossil, which is the evolution.
It has a later evolution in a later generation that I don't know off the top of my head. That is Crobat. Fun fact for the Golbat.
Very good.
The next one's kind of odd, I would say.
Definitely odd. The next one is Oddish, and he evolves into Gloom, and then Gloom evolves into Violet Gloom, and those are the next three. And now, one of the things I want to point out, and this is what we were talking about just a few seconds ago. If you take a look at this Gloom card, he is a first edition.
And seeing the first edition symbol next to the Jungle symbol, I have verified that they do look similar from a slight distance.
They do look similar. from a distance.
Yeah, especially on the same colored background.
Right? So, but they're on opposite sides. So that's something to look at when you're looking at your glooms to see if they are first edition or if they are
Not first edition.
not first edition.
Anything else but.
Anything else but first edition.
And I was surprised that the Vile Plume wasn't worth very much.
What is the Vile Plume running? Nothing?
Nothing worth noting, because it's not on my list of prices.
Not on the list, huh?
Although, all these cards, I was scanning them all in. The list was over $700.
Oh, wow.
But there was a card that's not in the base set that I think we should go over, though.
We'll get to that, right?
I like that card.
Okay. Well, so the Gloom. Well, you know what? We'll take the Gloom out.
And Doom.
We'll take the Gloom out just because he's a first edition and take a look at him, see what he really, how good he looks, what kind of condition he's in. He has a little crease in him.
Oh, so he does.
You see that?
Yeah, I was going to say the front looked good, too.
Everything else looks good except for that crease.
Yeah.
You know? Actually, the card's in really good condition, other than the crease.
Yeah, the crease really brings it down.
Even like the edges aren't played as much.
Yeah, the edges look good.
You know?
Like, compared to some of the other ones, like the Ninetales?
Ninetales or
the Clefairy.
Any of the other ones, so.
Yeah, any other ones.
Alright, we're going to continue on to the next page, and Nick's going to take a hold of those.
Alrighty, next we have Paris. Evolves into Parasect. I always thought those are two pretty cool looking Pokemon. At least Parasect. His big old white bulging eyes.
Hey, he looks like a little crab or something.
He does, he looks like a crab with a mushroom on his back. And we have Venonat. That goes into Venomoth. And the Venomoth, we don't have the Venomoth. We have the base set 2 Venomoth. The Aldi Venomoth, if you will.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And
Do we forget the Venonat?
I said Venonat.
Did I miss it? Let's just make sure that that's the only one we have in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said
Yeah.
Venonat.
I was just checking to see if that was the only Venomoth we have. That is the only one we have in there. So.
Then we have the Diglett, and evolving into him is the Duck Trio, and we also have the Aldi brand Duck Trio as well, the base set 2.
Wow.
But I know, I was looking at the Duck Trio, and I know, I didn't write him down on the list, but I know he's definitely over $1.
He's over $1. Huh?
Yeah, the base set 2.
Base set 2.
So, I don't know. If you have one lying around, look it up.
Base set 2.
Base set 2. Next we have the Meowth. He likes to say Meowth, that's right, in the show.
Meow. Meow.
Yeah,
Meow.
his voice is quite a bit higher pitched than yours.
Oh, yeah. Well.
It's kind of scratchy, too. Not how I picture a Meowth to sound.
Right.
And then, obviously, evolving into him is the Persian. The one in the show doesn't evolve.
What, the Meowth?
Yeah. Although he doesn't get any battle experience, I guess. Or XP, or whatever you want to call it. And next we have the Psyduck.
The Psyduck.
And, that's the end of that page, so...
That is the end of that page.
It's your turn. I wonder what's coming next.
Well, it's going to be a big surprise what's next. The next one is... Golduck, the evolution of Psyduck, of course. And then those are both fossil Pokemon from the fossil collection and water Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing bad with saying what they're from. The Meowth and Persian were from Jungle. I won't go all the way back. If you're that interested, I mean, you could rewatch the video and relook at the images. And the base set Shadowless Doug Trio is $13.
There we go, $13.
So
okay.
That's not bad.
No, not bad. Not bad.
And so I had a story to tell about the Golduck. For the longest time, the first Pokemon game I had was Pokemon Black, and I frequently found Golducks.
Right.
And for the longest time, I thought Golduck was a Generation 5 Pokemon. Back when I was a young novice.
Novice Pokemon
New
player.
to the world. Now, I'm here. It's a Generation 1 Pokemon.
You're playing Pokemon hard now.
Yeah. I'm in it for the long haul, that's for sure.
That's right. So that's a pretty interesting story.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was good. It was definitely good. Golduck's a cool looking Pokemon too. I don't know how he goes from yellow to blue, but
From headache to Psyshock.
Well, his headache is popping out of his head because he has like points coming out of his head now.
Oh, he fixed his headache.
Yeah, right. Okay, so anyway,
his brain exploded, and then it shot out into the back reaches of his head.
You know, I'm gonna mention one more thing about the Golduck and Psyduck here,
Please
which is kind of unique that we haven't really seen in any other Pokemon. They both take psychic energy, and then their next attack takes water energy. No other Pokemon that we've seen so far in this set take two different types of energy. I don't think anything in base set at all other than Psyduck and Golduck take more than one type of energy.
Well, I mean, there's colorless and a certain type.
Well, colorless is colorless, of course, but
yeah,
everything else is just one type of is all one. It's either grass, or it's fighting, or it's fire. It's not for one attack you get for psychic, and for your second attack you need water. So
yeah,
and even with Psyduck it doesn't work because his first attack you get one psychic, and for his second attack you get one water. So you'd need two energies on him to use either one of his attacks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know what else? It makes them extremely impractical to play.
Yeah, makes it very difficult.
But the Golduck, I mean, its first attack is a psychic, and then it's 2 water and a colorless, so it works out for you in the end if you attach 2 to the Psyduck and you evolve it.
Sure, for the Golduck it works out, I suppose.
But if you don't play the Golduck, it's your fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah, for playing the Psyduck and not the Golduck. Well, not playing both anyway.
So, okay. So, anyways, we're gonna move along. Like we said, both of those are fossil. We're gonna move into the Mankey, and then he evolves into the Prime Ape, which are both fossil or with both jungle Pokemon.
And they look real similar.
They look real similar. And then, yeah, they're big balls of fur.
And they were fun to play when, well, the Primeape was. I remember he's very memorable.
They're both fun to play for base set. If you're playing just like a base set deck, it's great they have those in there. With the Mankey, he's real nice because he's colorless energy. You can pretty much put him in any deck.
Oh, I thought you knew what his ability did off the top of
No, I don't. So, but we're gonna move along, and I think he is one of the first Pokemon. No, there's quite a few Pokemon that we've gone through already that have abilities, but he's an early Pokemon that does have an ability, so that's pretty neat too. So next we have the Growlithe, which he evolves into the Arcanine.
Now, fun fact about the Growlithe. I'm sorry if I cut you off. He does look like a tiger, but he is the puppy Pokemon.
The puppy Pokemon.
Yeah, and that never really made sense to me, but that's Pokemon, the Pokemon Company's choice.
The good old Pokemon Company coming up with crazy stuff. So
that's because they're ahead of the curve.
Right? Arcanine wasn't worth anything. We've decided
I don't think he made the list.
He didn't make the list. Okay. Then we come up with Poliwag, which evolves into Poliwhirl, which evolves into Poliwrath.
You don't have the Poliwrath either.
I don't have the Poliwrath. He is
base set 2.
Base set 2.
Aldi brand.
The knockoff.
But he did still make the price list at a whopping $432.
$432. Let's see what he looks like at $432. Do you think so, or do you think not worth it?
I think he's worth it if he's that. I mean, he's cool.
Pull him out of the sleeve.
I think Poliwrath is a cool Pokemon. He'd be, if my honorable mention list was longer, he'd be on there of top 10 Pokemon.
You know what? This is a pretty good card.
Yeah, he's.
No creases, no real damage to the edges.
I'd say he's the best condition that we've seen so far. Or is that going too far out on a limb?
No scratches on the front. He looks pretty good. I would say probably. You're probably right.
Of course I am.
And then my last one on this page is Abra.
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 He's always annoying to catch in the games because he always teleports away. Because that's all he knows.
Yep.
Teleport.
That's it.
Next, we have, in case you didn't know what Abra evolved into, is the Kadabra. And I believe he is our first psychic Pokemon. Was Abra our first psychic Pokemon? I know the Psyduck took psychic types energy.
Yeah, I don't think we have any other psychic Pokemon.
Yeah, he's our first psychic Pokemon.
Right?
So that's pretty exciting. He's purple. It's a friendly change of color.
Yep.
Then we have the evolution of the Kadabra, which is the Alakazam.
Yep. And he's, the interesting, what I think, it's been a while since they've put Alakazam into play.
Yeah, was the last playable one the Alakazam EX and the Mega?
I think so. The EX and the Mega were the last Alakazam. They haven't made even standard Alakazam recently.
Yeah, some people call him the Spoon Master.
Yeah, I'd like to see him back in play. I'd like to see him back in rotation because I used to like playing him when he was in base set. So he's a good card.
Yeah.
And I know was played a lot when he was the EX. So hey,
well,
Pokemon people, let's get Alakazam back.
Yeah, get on it.
What the heck? Okay.
Come in here giving us cards, not even making Alakazam. Who do they think they are?
Yeah, we're really struggling for Alakazam cards.
Yeah, and so his value has been retained over the years, let me tell you, because he is a $24 card.
$24. Let's see how he looks. Let's pull him out and see how he looks. Ooh, I got a dark Alakazam underneath there, which is from Rocket.
It's too dark. Don't go.
And so we look at Alakazam, and
well, he looks pretty good.
He has a couple little dirt spots on him. The edges look pretty good. So, and then the front, not a whole lot of scratches or anything.
Nice looking card.
He's got a little scratch over his eye.
And that's his battle mark.
No, it's not too bad. He's in pretty good condition. Not as good as the Poliwhirl, but good condition.
Okay. Next, we have a Shadowless Machop.
Shadowless Machop.
He is shadowless, but he wasn't worth anything. He was like 53 cents. I was a little sad to see that. And I never really liked this art for Machop.
Yeah, it's not a great art.
He just has one big arm and one little arm.
Right.
It really is very off-putting.
Yep. It's kind of strange looking.
Next we have Machoke. And he does have a minus attack, a subtraction attack. And I'm not sure if he's the first with the subtraction attack or not, but
I'm pretty sure he is.
I'm pointing it out.
He might actually be the only one with a subtraction attack.
I thought I saw another one when I was going through, but we'll see.
Okay.
And the evolution is Machamp. And that is a first edition Machamp. And that Machamp is, let me tell you, he also has some value. He is a $35.50 card.
Wow. You want to know what's something real exciting about it?
Yeah.
Not only do we have one, but we have two.
Oh, you did that to me again.
And looking at the first one, he has a little bit of a nick on the side here. Not too terribly bad. You see it right there? And then on the other side, looking at the back, he's actually a pretty clean card. No creases or anything. And then going on to the second Machamp, he's also in good condition. I don't really see any flaws with him.
Well, the edges are a little bit more beat up than the other one.
I guess so.
It happens, you know?
Yep. So 2 Machamps, first edition.
First edition Machamps. Where's the Shadowless?
I don't know.
Did you lose it?
Yeah, the Shadowless got misplaced somewhere.
Alright, next we have a Bellsprout, is a jungle Pokemon.
Right.
And then goes into the Weeping Bell.
Now that Weeping Bell's the first edition.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's okay. It's a duo, you know. It is a first edition jungle. And next we have Victory Bull. You could call it Victory Bull. Or Victory Bell. I like to call it Victory Bell because it sounds cooler, like, a victorious bell that won through the battle and the wear and tear of life.
I also like Victory Bell too because it's Weeping Bell and Bellsprout, so I like Victory Bell.
Although
to go right on top of it.
it only ends in one L as a
Bull?
yeah.
Victory Bull?
Bleh.
Bull?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
And to end off the page, these are, I'm not sure if we said, we have binder sleeves. It's all in a binder, and they're in binder sleeves of 9. So we have a standard 3x3 binder sleeve and a standard 3x3 binder. That's not the measurements, it's just how many cards you can put in per.
3 across and 3 down.
Yeah.
So 9.
Yeah. That is straight to the point. I should have just said that from the start. Then we have the Tentacool. He is a fossil Pokemon.
Right?
And that's the end of the page.
That is the end of the page.
Yeah, there's not much to say about the Tentacool other than he's pretty cool.
Other than he's pretty cool. And then that'll lead us on to the next page, which is the Tentacruel, which is the evolution from Tentacool. Also a fossil. And then moving on from... Now that Tentacruel is a first edition Pokemon too. No Tentacruel on your list?
No.
Even the first edition?
I don't think the first... I don't think...
You don't think it matters too much? Okay, no worries.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the ones that made the list were hollow.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So moving on to the next one, we've got Geodude, which is fighting. He evolves into Graveler, which is also fighting, which evolves into the Golem. Now, back in base set, Golem was doing a lot of damage, but he took a lot of energy to put on there. You had to put 4 energy on there for him to do 60 damage, which was wiping out a lot of Pokemon real quick. Yeah, it's fun to play, but that takes a little while to build up. So they're all from Fossil, but it's a good evolution chain to play.
He also has a 4 retreat.
He does have a 4 retreat. So, and then moving on from that, we have Ponyta, which is a fire Pokemon who evolves into Rapidash. Rapidash?
There's the Rapidash in the distance.
And Rapidash is from Fossil. So, but Ponyta is not.
Well,
does that make sense?
There's a lot of Pokemon like that in there.
No, I'm sorry. He's from Jungle. He's from Jungle, and
oh, well, not.
But he's the evolution of Ponyta. So
yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, they only did that with Fossil, I thought.
Yeah. So okay. So anyways, moving along, we have our next psychic Pokemon, which is Slowpoke, and he evolves into Slowbro.
I like the art of Slowpoke. It's different than a lot of them.
Right?
Very simple.
Right? And then Slowbro on top of it, he's one of the only Pokemon that actually has another kind of, I don't know if you want to call that another kind of Pokemon with him. The shell, which has eyes and a mouth, so it's on his tail.
Well, in the show, when I watched it, the Slowpoke had to cross a bridge of jumping Shelder, and if a Shelder went on their tail, they turned into a Slowbro, but they wanted to cross the bridge to get to the crown to become the Slow King.
The Slow King, which is in Gen 2?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I should have made that on the list.
That's probably for another time to figure that out. And then our final one on this page is the Magnemite.
He's a ball with magnets.
He's a ball with magnets. So, and he is an electric type Pokemon. So, that'll get us on to our next page.
And this card is notable because it is $9.
Really?
Yeah.
What card is it?
The Magneton.
Oh, $9 Magneton, huh?
Yep.
There's a fake one underneath it, just to let everybody know.
It's not fake, it's Aldi brand.
Aldi brand. So, looking at this Magneton.
Not bad.
It has a little crease in there on the side here. A little crease in the corner here. But, overall, decent. Decent, not great.
Yep. And, so, next we have the Farfetch'd. He was fun to play because he had the leaped clap where you flip the coin to do the 30 damage for 1 energy, which was a lot. Then we have the Doduo and Dodrio. And then the...
Now, the Dotrio was fun to play, too, because his ability allowed you to get all your Pokemon got 1 less retreat. So if you had the Dotrio out, all your other Pokemon got 1 less retreat, which was great back then. So,
and the Dodrio has is jungle. And then we have a fake seal. Not a fake seal, all the brand seal. See, you got me saying fake now.
Base set, 2nd edition.
Second base set. Number 2.
Yeah, base set number 2.
Then we have a Dugong, Grimer, from Fossil. Same with the Muck is also from Fossil. And the Muck was $4.
$4, nice. Nice. We're just going to leave the Muck in there, not going to look at him.
Yeah, $4 is nothing to write home about.
Yep.
Then we have the Shelter.
Also Fossil.
Yep, Fossil.
And then he evolves into the Cloyster, which is also Fossil. This Cloyster is a 1st edition, though, so that's pretty
cool.
Neat. And then after that, we got more Psychic Pokemon, which is Ghastly, who evolves into Haunter, who evolves into Gengar. And our Gengar is a Fossil 1st edition.
Well, that's why he's $20.
$20.
Or $19.99, as TCG player told me.
So, and then we have 2 of them.
Oh, no, that's not a 1st edition.
Oh, it's not a 1st edition. So the 1st edition...
Not 3 times in a day, you can't do that to me.
Nah. The 1st edition looks pretty decent. Not great. He has a little crease in the corner. The regular one, he looks better. I know he just a little bit of damage on the edges.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, he's pretty good. So, we are going to move along. Our next one is Onyx. Definitely a fun one to play. He was something that you threw out there right away. 90 hit points. So, he was kind of a buffer to get your deck going. Especially if you're playing fighting. After that, we got another Psychic, which is Drowsy, who evolves into Hypno. Now,
you don't have Hypno.
I'm missing the Hypno. All I have in there is a Dark Hypno. So, if anybody has the Hypno, send it my way, because I need it. Then, after that, we got Krabby and Kingler. Now, they're both from Fossil.
Cool.
So, we'll move along to the next page.
Alrighty. Next, we have the Voltorb. And evolving into that is the Electrode. Well, not evolving into that, but that evolves into...
And the Electrode is Fossil.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Jungle. Jungle, my bad.
Then we have the Execute, which is Jungle, same as the Executor. Then, those are both Jungle, I don't know if I said that. Then we have the Cubone and Marowak, who are also Jungle. Then we have the Hitmon...
Well, now here, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Now here we have, once again, we have the Pokemon with 2 different color energy, Psychic and Grass.
Oh, yeah.
But the Executor just needs Psychic, and then
Colorless.
after that, Colorless. So, you could be playing this in a Psychic deck, and it wouldn't matter.
So, then we have the Hitmonlee, and the Hitmonlee is a $13 card.
Okay, nice. Nice. Let's take a look at him.
He is from Fossil.
He's a Fossil one?
Yeah, and I'm sorry if it's an early saying, the Hitmonchan is also $10.
And he has to be the hollow, because I have a non-hollow one, too.
Yes, it has to be the hollow.
This one is in terrible condition. He is scratched like crazy. Look at him.
Yeah, well, that's a different number than that one, is why.
Okay. But he's scratched like crazy.
Yeah.
Lots of scratches. Not in good condition.
That's probably why I couldn't get him with the scanner.
The other one, pretty good condition. So.
Alrighty.
Both Fossil, though.
Hitmonchan is $10.
Alright.
Are we going to leave him in?
No, let's take a look at him.
Alrighty.
Why not?
I think he might be a little scratched, too.
He's scratched up, too. But the second one isn't.
Oh, you have a second one? Yeah, you do. My gosh.
And then I got a fake one, too, an Aldi's brand one, too. So, but he's in bad condition. He's been played quite a bit.
It's because he's the Aldi brand.
Yeah, the back of the... Well, the back of the first one looks pretty scratched. The second one has a little bit of a crease in it, but overall, not too bad. Not the best card, not in best condition.
Yeah, and to end the page, we have the good old disgusting Lickitung.
Lickitung. Another one that you throw out there at the beginning of your game to kind of do some damage and just hold the game tight to build your deck. You know, his first attack is... He has 90 hit points, and his first attack is Tongue Wrap. and it does 10 damage, so you can paralyze your defending players. So that really helps out for building your deck or building your bench. So moving on, the next card we have is Coughing, which is a grass Pokemon, followed by Wheezing, his evolution. And Wheezing is from Fossil. Then we got
Weezing looks cool.
Rhyhorn.
And Rhydon.
And then Rhydon. Both from Fossil. No, both from Jungle, sorry. After that is Scyther. He's a grass Pokemon.
Now, Scyther's about $8.
$8.
And we did talk about him in the Build and Battle Box episode.
He is pretty cool.
Another callback to the Build and Battle Box episode. If you haven't seen that, go check it out.
And he's in pretty good condition. He
Yeah.
doesn't really have any kind of... He has some kind of gook down here at the bottom, but I don't know what that is. So...
He's battling too much with muck, that's all it is.
I guess, but that's it.
And we are missing the Chansey.
We're missing the Chansey.
We don't even have an Aldi brand one.
Don't have anything in there. Tangela's next. He's an Aldi brand one, which is base set, second printing of base set. And then Kangaskhan.
And Kangaskhan is also about $8.
$8, so let's pull him out. And he's in really bad condition. And the second one is in better condition, but the first one's a little beat up. Has a lot of creases, a lot of dents. Pretty beat up. The second one, better condition. Don't really see any creases. But now I'm throwing the card around, so maybe he's...
Now he's all creased up. What'd you do?
He has a little bit of wear on the edges, but overall he's not too bad. That moves to Horsey and then Seadra. And those are both fossil.
Righty. Yes. Next we have the Goldeen and the Seeking, who are both from Jungle. Then we have the Staryu and Starmie, not from Jungle or Fossil. Then we have an Aldi brand, Mr. Mime. And then we have a Jinx, an Electabuzz, and then a Magmar.
Alright. None of those made the list, huh?
No, I remember Electabuzz may have been about like $4.
Yeah. Okay, well let's continue on then.
Alrighty.
Because we are getting close to our time, and hopefully we can power through the last couple pages
we'll
here.
We'll be okay.
Alright. The next one is Pinsir. He's a grass Pokemon from Jungle. Tauros, also Jungle, but he's colorless. Then we have the famous Magikarp.
Oh yeah.
A water-type Pokemon with his evolution of Gyarados.
Now Gyarados is $14.
$14 for the Gyarados. Let's see what he looks like. Let's pull him out and see what he looks like.
$14 is the definition. Is the baller Pokemon. If it wasn't whatever Pokemon it is, it'd be the baller Pokemon.
He looks like he's a bit scratched and thinged up. But yeah, he got some nicks on the edges and stuff. But we are talking about one of the more popular Pokemon, and
everybody loves Gyarados.
Everybody loves the main Pokemon, but
it's not the
like
main
we said,
Pokemon. How is Gyarados the main Pokemon?
He's one of the favorites.
He's that doesn't. I thought Pikachu was the main Pokemon.
Okay. Though. Yeah, you're right. And then okay, so then we're gonna move on.
I should just go with what you say sometimes. I know.
Sometimes. So next we got Lapras, which is a fossil Pokemon, followed by Ditto.
Well, Lapras is like $8.
Ooh, Lapras is $8. Let's take a look at him.
Now Lapras is also a favorite.
Also a favorite.
A main Pokemon, if you will.
It looks pretty good. No scratches really on the foil part.
Yeah.
I don't really see any damage to the card itself. It has a little minor crease at the bottom, but looks pretty good overall. Our next one is, did I already say Ditto?
You said Ditto, but you could say Ditto again.
Ditto.
$3 card.
$3 card, nice. Followed by one of our top Pokemon, Eevee.
Well, we know a guy who likes Dittos. Do you know if he has that Ditto?
Yeah, I think he has every Ditto.
Oh, alrighty.
So followed by Eevee, and then Eevee's evolutions, which would be Vaporeon and Jolteon.
Now,
and
Vaporeon?
those are all from the Jungle set.
Vaporeon is an $11.50 card. While its brother, the Jolteon, is about a $4 card.
He's a little. This Vaporeon's a little scratched up.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Jolteon is not about a $4 card. It is about a $24 card.
Oh. So this one's a little scratched up, but as a card goes, pretty decent condition overall. So we're saying the Jolteon's more than the Vaporeon.
Yeah, I misspoke the first time. Because I didn't have a good surface to write on, and I guess I missed the 2. Oh no.
And how many Jolteons do we have?
2?
Well, yeah, we do have 2.
Well,
But one is...
One looks kind of gross.
Well, but
on the sides.
That is in a different language.
Oh, that's the Spanish one.
We have a...
Well, no, I don't know if it's Spanish.
It could be Italian. I don't know.
Votali.
Votali sounds Italian.
Yeah, but you never know.
No, you don't. So... But it's very interesting that I have 2, and the English one looks like it's in better condition than the whatever other
maybe
language
the foreign one is more expensive.
Yes. So that's kind of where we're at, and we're looking at 2 of the Jolteons.
Alrighty, so we're missing the Flareon. We don't even have an Aldebrand one. Then we have the Porygon, and then the Omnite, which is a fossil, followed by the Amistar, and then we have the Kabuto and the Kabutops. The Kabutops is a $13 card.
Kabutops is $13?
Yep.
You're kidding me.
He doesn't look bad.
He doesn't look bad. A little
scratched up, yeah.
It's always in the foil part they scratched. Oh, he's pretty scratched up on the back.
Oh
too.
yeah.
So.
I do like him though. He's a cool looking Pokemon.
Definitely cool looking Pokemon.
And then next we have Aerodactyl. He was pretty pricey, but he didn't make the list. He's probably surprising, up to maybe $4. The Snorlax. He's the baller. You can tell because he looks like an aristocrat from early China, and he was $21.
$21 for the Snorlax, huh?
And I say he looks like an aristocrat from early China, or just the early times, because they were well fed, so they had larger stomachs, such as the Snorlax.
But that has to be the hollow, not the...
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
He's a little scratched up, which all of them have been.
I do like Snorlax.
He doesn't really have any damage to the card itself, though, but a little scratched up on the front of it, so... So, there we go, there's Snorlax.
And then finally we have the Articuno. Well, not finally, but finally on the page. He really, sadly, he wasn't worth his supposed worth. No, not his supposed worth. He wasn't worth what he should be.
He's not worth what you want him to be worth. Let's put it that way.
No, what he should be. He was like a $3 card. But that does make him easier to collect, I guess.
Right? Alright. So then, going on from there, we got Zapdos, which is a fossil.
A $10 card.
A $10 fossil card. Let's see what he looks like.
You got 2?
2 Zapdos.
That's pretty nice.
Yep. And the first one looks pretty good. Oh, you know what? It's a little off-centered on the back, which I haven't really noticed too much. You see how the border's off-centered on this one?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's a miscut.
It's a little bit miscut.
That is pretty cool.
So, that is that one.
That can't be properly priced then. That's for sure.
And then the second one looks pretty good.
Not off-cut.
Not off-cut. The border's a little bit beat up. It does have a little bit of a crease in there, right there. But, not bad.
Not bad at all.
And then our next one, obviously our next legendary bird, Moltres.
He wasn't worth much. Also from Fossil.
Also from Fossil. Then we got a generic Dratini, which is why Dratini I don't have an original one. So if you have a Dratini, send me the Dratini too, because all I have is a second edition Dratini. which is followed up by its evolution, which is Dragonair, which is followed up by Dragonite, which I have both of the originals. The Dragonite is base set, followed by the final card of the set, which is Mewtwo.
And we're ending on the final card of the set is a $17 card.
Okay. So let's see what he looks like for $17. I am sure he's a little bit beat up because I don't...
Mewtwo is a favorite, though, among people, because it is, like, the first legendary, where Mew was the first mythic.
He is my...
Other than the legendary birds, I guess.
And Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon, so it looks okay. It's a little scratched, a little beat up around the edges. No creases, though, so that's nice. Some of the other cards that I have in here, I have the Mew, which is a promo. And then, like Nick said, I have the Lugia.
Well, I don't know if I said you had the Lugia yet.
Oh,
we're there now.
We have the Lugia, which is...
Neo Genesis Lugia.
Right.
$103 Lugia.
Right.
And the nice thing about it is he has two of them.
I have two of them.
And he threw me for that loop before we started the podcast, because I was telling him about it. It was a $100 card, and he's like, well, you know, the fun thing is I have two of them. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
He does.
And then I also have the promo Mewtwo in here, which is also similar to the Mew. And then the final card that we want to talk about that I have in here, which is pretty interesting, is the Blaine's Charizard.
Oh, yeah.
So now the Blaine's Charizard, in pretty fair condition. He's running about $90, so...
Wow.
Not too bad for as far as that goes. Looking at the Blaine Charizard, he's probably in better condition than some of the other cards that we've looked at today. He has a little beat up around the edges, but no major scratches on the card, on the front or on the back.
Looks
what do you
nice.
think? Yeah, he looks pretty good. So that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's as far as basic goes. It's fun to play. It's good to make a deck out of. If you got any questions about it, throw comments on our YouTube channel so we can comment back about it.
Or on the Instagram.
On the Instagram, too. We are starting to pan out to
New
grounds for our podcast, so you can start listening to our podcast on Newgrounds. And that's all we really have for today.
Yeah.
So we'll see what next week brings.
Yeah, I'm always excited for the next podcast.
Yeah, always excited. So.
And another thanks to Ausin for the intro music.
Yeah. So thanks, and we will catch you next time.
All right.
I'm Dan.
I'm Nick, and this was Happy Vanas Pokemon.